Hey everybody, this is Samantha here with Crafty Chicks Corner, and I'm sort of creating this card on the fly. I have this idea in my head, but I haven't actually worked out the details like usual when I do a video. I wanted to use up some scrap paper that I had out of the Perfectly Plaid bundle, and as you know, I've shared a couple projects already using this, and using this paper pack, and I want to show you how I get the most bang for my buck by using all of the scraps as well. So I'm going to start with half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cherry cobbler paper, and it was cut at 5.5 inches on the 11-inch side. This is actually like the second half of another card I made. Um, and then I'm going to score it at 4 1/4 so that it is half a card. And this is going to be a vertical card. Do I have, I don't know how you guys keep your scraps, but I like to keep mine in just a baggie, and I put it right in the large cardstock that I received from Stampin' Up, like right in the bag. So, that's a little too skinny, so I'm going to cut this white down. And I just want a small border. So I'm going to do 4 inches by 5 1/4. Now this paper trimmer is now out and available to customers. It has the scoring blade and the cutting blade, and we're going to be using it a lot today with all these little scrap pieces. So that's perfect. I'm just looking for a little border. And then for all my scraps, like I said, I keep them right in the paper pack. So let's see here. Blue. I think I want to go the red and green route. Blue, red and green. Let's do so I might cut into, I thought I still had some of this left, but I must have used it all in class. And I definitely want to mix in, maybe we'll go with this one, some solid green. Now, how do you get the best use out of your, ooh, there's one. So, how do you get the best use out of your paper pack? Because, I mean, the paper packs come with quite a bit of paper in them. This 6x6 designer series packs come with 48 sheets in it. So, I mean, 48 sheets is quite a bit. So I think I'm going to go with these three. I guess I'm more adding to my paper scrap pile than taking away from it. Ooh, there we go. That one's already cut in too. I knew I had a few in here. Set that aside. So can't wait for you guys to see this come together because I'm really excited about this idea. It seems silly, but I get excited about silly things. especially how to get the most bang for my buck. I might be using this in a class coming up because I'm excited about using up some scraps. So, let's see, this one is 2¼ inches. Do this at 2¾ perfect. Just enough there. And 2¾ by 2¾ Then this one I want to do not perfectly square. I want it to be elongated. So it's at 2¼ I think I'll do 2¼ by 1¾ to get the look that I'm going for. 2¼ by 1¾ You guys can't see the bottom of my paper trimmer, I just realized. I'm sorry. Do that. And then we're going to actually, this is the only piece we're cutting fully into. And it's this, where this has more red in it. This has more green in it with just a tiny bit of red, but still has the gold. This one we're going to go 1¾ by 1¾ or 1¾ by 1½. Let's do that. But I am using this paper with a stamp set that I haven't used before. Perfect. Now let me see how they stack up here. I might have to cut it down a little bit. Yep, definitely cutting down. Let's start by taking a 1/2 inch, not quite a 1/2 inch. Yeah, we'll start with taking a 1/2 inch off this one. I had the horizontal look I was going for, but not the vertical look. You might be getting an idea of what the final reveal of these scrap papers are going to be. And this is sort of how I design my classes. I get an idea and then I just sit and cut and trim until it is what I'm looking for. I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off of this one. So we took a 1/2 inch off the last one. We're going to take a 1/4 inch off this one. And I think a 1/4 inch off this one too. With the new paper trimmer, you can easily do a 1/4 inch by going this way. Okay. And then we're going to pull out the new ribbon, the diagonal stripe ribbon. It sort of looks like a candy cane. And I want it to just go on either side of these. As you can see, that's my little Christmas gift pile. I know, so cute. I'm loving it. Okay, so I want it to go wrapped around, and then we're gonna get in there and tie a bow. So I just need my ribbon cutting scissors. I always keep my ribbon cutting scissors marked with a little scrap piece of ribbon, and I replace them about once a year so that they stay sharp. And I only use them for ribbon. And then we're going to need, say, I like to always go with 8 inches when I'm making a bow. And then I can always trim the tails off, but that gives me enough room to work with the tying part of it. It's really my go-to. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this at an angle, and we'll see how that works out. And then for the stamp set, we're actually going to be using the Itty Bitty Christmas. And we're going to be using the No Peeking Till Christmas. And then we're going to use the larger of the 2 tag dies out of the Cup of Christmas Cheer bundle. Now, perfect. This little scrap piece of paper that I just had sitting right here on my desk from my last project. Actually, I think it was from trimming down this. Fits this tag perfectly. So I think I'm going to stamp first just because it is a snug fit. I always like to stamp. And I'm going to be doing it in the shaded spruce, which is the main color in the wrapped in plaid green papers I use. I smeared a little and I don't want shadowing, so I didn't even wet. I was so excited I didn't even wet my chamois. Okay. You just want it centered so that when you place the die around it, you have plenty of room for the borders. And I'm using my magnetic plate again because I love my magnetic plate. And you want to take it all the way to the edge on the right hand side. That way you have enough room to put a little punch, a little circular punch to make it a tag that'll hang off our little ribbon bow. I'm going to do the big shot off screen just because it's a little bulky and it's really not the main part of this card. Perfect. And then for my hole punch, I still have my Big Bite from Crocodile, but I've had probably for a decade. And it's still going strong. I just want to do the smaller of the 2 holes and do it off center there so that the tag sort of hangs. I hope this turns out as cute as it is in my head. I close my ink so it doesn't dry up. So I think I'm going to start by adhering these all slightly to each other, just a tiny bit of overlap. That way I can tie the ribbon around it. And then I'll go back and adhesive the whole thing. I don't want to do it on the white yet because I want to attach the ribbon around all of them. Okay. Now take your ribbon and you're going to go like this and like this. You just want a little bit of snail on each side because I want to, you're going to see for the bow, I'm going to tie it. There we go. So I'll go back and put adhesive. Maybe I could put a little down here. Because I want this bow to, this ribbon to go here underneath there. So we're just going to tie a bow. even lengths there. This is what you get when you get me on a whim. When I get an idea in my head and you're watching me work it out in person. And do I care whether it is white or red on the outside of the bow? I do. I want the red to stick out. I'm just turning the ribbon as I do it so that it is completely red. You want to turn your bow inside out as you pull it through to get the color effect that I'm looking for. Might not work with this ribbon. It's a little thicker, which I like because it makes a pretty bow. It makes it hard to judge. Okay, let's try turning it that way. Nope, this way. So that when I push it through, it's the opposite side that is showing, and just the middle. I guess I should have went a little longer than, no, that's perfect. A little longer than the 8 inches because I usually like a little more tail, but I will just adjust it. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and add adhesive here under the ribbon now that it's tied. And just cut this one at an angle. Sort of want it opposite angle. Perfect. And then go back and run tape runner all over this. I didn't forget about the tag. I'm just going to get this stuck down so that I'm not manipulating it or making it fall apart anymore than I already have. I just want this centered with a gap. And then we're going to take some Whisper White twine. I think I have any Whisper White. Oh, I do. I got it in my order today that arrived, but I haven't even opened the box yet. So we'll just use some of the very vanilla that is now retired. It's just a little harder to get through because it's a thicker. Does anybody else lick their twine to make sure it makes for easy feeding? And then I'm just going to go right into the bow loop to tie this. See, that's why I lick it. Because if not, it starts falling apart. But I do want to take it and tie it towards the middle. And you want the tag on top of the bow, like that. And then just double knot and trim. And then we're going to adhere this all to the card base. That was a super simple, fun card using up the scraps that you might have laying around for other projects with that new itty bitty Christmas set that is just full of so many fun and versatile real tight. fun and versatile sentiments. It says, joy to the world, thinking of you at Christmas, from our house to yours. And that would actually be a good one for like welcome to the neighborhood type of cards, or really anything that you're doing from one family to another. I mean, congratulations on your baby, or, but you're a family that maybe has hung out and has older kids together, that kind of thing. So there you go. That is the No Peeking Till Christmas scrap paper wrapped in plaid scraps. The only one that I cut into was this piece right here. Leftover card base, leftover white sheet, leftover white from cutting this piece down, and then added some ribbon and a bow. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and I'm glad it came together just like my head pictured. Have a great day. Oh, if you'd like to get the instructions, the PDF instructions with all the measurements, check out craftychickscorner.com, and I'll have all the measurements for you. Have a great day.